Okay, maybe. Yes, maybe we are. Okay, let me just check it over here. Right, and this should be live now. Maybe. Right, there we go. No, I'm here, honestly. Where does it think it's going then? Right, which show do you think you're doing? Ba-ba-doo-ba-doo. Don't do that. No. Okay, we're there. Okay, we're there. Okay, we're there. I don't know why I'm getting an echo. Let me just... Okay, we're there. I don't know why I'm getting an echo. Why is it echoing? Let me just... Okay, we're there. I don't know why I'm getting an echo. Why is it echoing? Let me just... I don't know why I'm getting an echo. Why is it echoing? Okay, we're going to start in a minute, I hope. Okay, we're going to start in a minute, I hope. Okay, we're going to start in a minute, I hope. Right, that says... Why am I getting this stupid echo? Right, let's turn that off. Right, I wonder if that's going to work. This is all going a bit wrong. Okay, brilliant. Stop the sequencer. Right. So and you can, so you heard music and you can hear me. That would be just brilliant if you confirm that. And let me just see if I, because I get a long echo, long delay with this. I don't know where that's gone now. Doobie-doo. Why do I not hear that now? Oh, I've got to hit play. Oh, maybe. Yeah, okay. Right. Alright, okay. I almost don't believe it, but alright. Right, and you should be able to see hang on, let me, Persona Studio 1, although I'm seeing the mixer, and I don't know if you are. It may be catching up. Hang on, let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that again. Right, now I wonder why it's not showing the mixer. Let me make sure I've got it up. What am I seeing? Yeah, I'm seeing the mixer. Yeah, let's check I am. Yeah, I am. Yeah, and that's going out on OBS, and then that should be over there. Not sure why you're not seeing the mixer. Well, it'd be good if you see the plug-in at least. Right, let's just see if we can get that to happen. Let's just bring. Oh no, not that. Sorry, I'm making a right meal of this. Right, okay, so which one are we doing now? Hang on. Let me solo it. Oh, there we go. Right, it's that one. Okay, so come on up. Right, there we go. Right, on a good day, you'll see the plug-in. I don't think you're seeing the plug-in. Let me just refresh this. Oh, well there's the mixer. Maybe it's that much delay. So the plug-in should appear if it's going to do what I want it to do. It's going to be a bit weird if you don't see the plug-in. Oh, mind you, it didn't show the plug-in yesterday, did it? Right, let's just do, sorry about this, let's just do one thing. Let's just add, I wonder if I can do that. Hang on, let me get YouTube out of the way. Alright, well that might work. Alright, let's do that then. Alright, so because now I can't see the comments. Anyway, if you can see Sound Doctor, sorry, on the screen. Also, you've got OBS as well, but we'll try and ignore that. This is the bit that we want. Probably am going to keep that there just so I can know what I'm doing. Right, so as far as I know, you can see Sound Doctor. You can hear me and you can hear the music, but I've got to go back to YouTube to confirm that. Okay, so you're saying the plugin works. Alright, so I'm going to assume it is. Right, and I'm recording anyway. Right, okay, so that was a ridiculously stupid start, but Manon thought that I hadn't started on time, and then I realised that YouTube wasn't going to do that, and then I had to use OBS, and then the stream key didn't work. Anyway, so enough of that nonsense. Right, so today is about whether we can do a normal mix in Sound Doctor. And what I mean by that is that it was kind of intended for dance music, so it's very good for, you know, fattening 808s and making, you know, rap vocals kind of crisp and stuff. And we're going to see kind of, you know, what it kind of does. So actually, I'm going to start with the init preset just so we start. So the first thing is it's a multi-effect, and it's got all of these effects here. So it's got anti-harsh, auto pan, chorus, compression, crowd noises, which is literally crowd noises, destroy, detune, echo, filter, flange, mangle, noise, pause, phase, bit crush, resonant filter, reverse, shine, space, transient shaper, tremolo, reverb, vibrato, vowel, width, and wobble. Okay, so let's make it. Let's show what it's really good at. So let me just bring this over there, and if I just play this little bit, I'm in the wrong. Oh, that would do actually. Let me just turn it up a bit. Right, so that's just the sound. That's with no effect. And I'm kind of calling this a kind of a lead sound. I've got other lead sounds, but it do. So you can see from the categories we can have bass and 808s. We can have chords. We can have drums. We can have melodies, or we can have vocals. So I'm going to say that that's actually a chord, and then you can have the styles. You can have warm, you can have unique, you can have psychedelic, lo-fi, dreamy, dirt, clean, and aggressive. So I'll play you aggressive. I'm going to turn it down a bit because sometimes the aggressive is very loud. I didn't want to do that. Hang on, all the way over there, I think. Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. This is ridiculous. Right, hang on. Which one are we doing? That one. Right, and it's soloed. Right, and let's play it. Okay, let's get the mixer, let's get the effect. Oh, the effect's there now. Okay, this is going badly. Right, let's bring in Sound Doctor on that channel. Maybe I didn't add it on that one. I thought I had. Right, just waiting for it to load. Right, there we go. Let's get rid of that. Right, so hopefully this is Sound Doctor on that channel. As I said, I'm going to use the chord preset. Yeah, we're going to do aggressive, and I'm just going to hit this magic red button to apply it. So hang on, let me just play the track. Right, there we go. I'm going to add the button. Told you it'd get loud. Okay, so I'm going to do something. I'll do clean. Right, that's a bit better. Okay, and the big point of this is if you don't like that effect, you just hit the big red button again and you get something else. Or something else. Anyway, so the takeaway from this really is the effects that they're using, or the chain that they're using for this. So I'll just try and mute them, although they're back to front. Actually, I'll solo them. So if you solo the effect, you're only going to get that effect. So space is a kind of a high frequency sheen thing. So I'll take the amount off. And there, that's what it's doing. And that's what it's not doing. Okay, so I'll solo the next one. So this is reverb. reverb, so no reverb, reverb. Okay, I'll start with the next one. We won't keep doing this. Chorus, so no chorus, chorus. Okay, let's do the next one. Wobble, some sort of detune, lo-fi sound, so without it. So there we go. And then the last one, flanging. So without flanging, with flanging. And then if you take solo off, you can have them all. I think that one's off. Yeah, it should be. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, so the chain that they're saying for clean on a chord sound is the high frequency space, the reverb, the chorus, the wobble, which is the detune kind of sound, and the flange. And if we go for a dreamy sound, click the big red button, then we're getting the vibrato, an echo, then the shine high frequency thing again, then a reverse sound, and then a verb. And I'm not going to play them all one by one, but this is the cumulative effect. But as I say, the big advantage of this is that if you don't like that preset, rather than worrying about it, you just click the big red button again and you get something else. Or something else. or something else. Okay, but the important thing is the chain that they're saying. So they've got a transient shaper on that, then a chorus, then a vibrato, then the HF boost, then the echo, then the reverb, then the wobble with the detune thing, then the noise, and then the auto pan. I'm just going to check the OBS again, just to make sure it's not completely going wrong. Let me just see that the sequence audio is coming out. If I hit the right window. There we go. Yeah, it says it is. Okay. Right, let me just check YouTube to see if anything is going horribly wrong. Or if you can... Oops. Alright, hang on. Big difference. Okay, so I guess you're hearing something. I'm very unconfident this is going out, but maybe you know. Right. Anyway, so you can see the kind of thing it does, and if we just pick, I probably should pick a better sound actually. But if we pick melodies, let's see what they think dreamy melodies would be. Yeah, so no surprise, they're all sort of washy and stuff. Let's do a lo-fi one. It'd probably be grungy. I've got to hit the red button. You've got that hiss crackle in there. And if you don't like that one, you just click the big red button again. That's a loud one. Right. Let's pick unique. If we don't like that, we can click unique again, or the red button again. So I don't know how usable that is, but anyway. Okay, and let's pick a warm. And you can turn the individual ones off, or change the amount of them. So if you don't want, something or other, or you want the mangle, you can have the mangle. Anyway, that's basically the lie of the land there. If you're doing your own preset, I'll just quickly show you that. You can just add whatever ones you want. So you can add chorus, you can add reverb, you can add width, whatever you want to do, and basically all the effects are one knob, or pretty much a couple of knobs, and that's about it. There is tempo sync on some of the mod ones, but not many of them. What I want to do now, I think, is I'm going to go over to this side over here. There we go, that's better. Right, so I'm going to do. So this is basically this is the start of the piece that I wanted to do, which I didn't manage to finish or even start. So this is what it sounds like at the minute. I've got to take solo off. Right, there we go. Okay, so that's basically with no effects on it. I know that piano is a bit kind of reverb because it's the sustains up. But so the question is can we mix that? Because it's not a dance song. There aren't really any drums or drum kit in it. Although there is this 808, which I'll just turn up a little bit. That one. So I'm just going to put the sound doctor on that, and let's just see. Let's turn it on. Right, right. So that, in theory, in my book, that would be some sort of bass thing. I'm going to start with clean. I'm also going to turn it down a bit because I'm not confident it's not going to be hugely loud. Right. So they think that on an 808 sound, for a clean sound, we'd have the mangle, which is going to really distort it, but that is off, to be honest. The vowel sound, which is some sort of filter, vibrato and chorus. So let's see what that sounds like. Let's turn it up again. Right, there it is. So this is without it. This is with it. If we put the mangle in, it'll be more. So without it, it's that, and then with it. Okay, let's try a different one. Yeah, that's got quite an instant growl then. Let's turn the mangle up a little bit. I think the chorus is softening it, to be honest, but maybe we'll just turn those off. And then the detune. But what I think they're really missing on that one is the probably the bit crusher, or I think there was a well, destroy might do it as well. But anyway, let's just let's do destroy. Let's put destroy at the beginning. Oh, come on. Sorry, I keep moving the wrong thing. Pick it up by that bit. There we go. Right, let's see what destroy does. Alright, so that's certainly different. So so this is with it. This is without it. And if you want to reorder the effects, you can literally just pick them up and move them about. So I'm going to try and compress that first. That's a bit better. Okay. Okay, so let's pretend that would do me. I'm going to take the chorus and the whatever that was off again, and then we can change the amounts, that we want there. And I'm just going to save that as demo 1 808. All right. So so are we getting our objective? So this is the track, and then I'm going to turn the unison on. Sorry, that one shouldn't run. On that one. And with the effect, this is the 808. So without it, and then with it. Okay, so, you know, on that particular sound, it was supposed to be like a big timpani drum kind of thing. So I kind of do want it over the top like that. So we'll do that. Now we're just going to do the next sound. Let's do the next sound up. So this one is supposed to be a kind of a, it's a pseudo bass. It's a piano, but I want it to be a pseudo bass. So sound auxiliary on there. Let's bring that up. Right. So this is well, it's still a bass. Let's have it say it's dirty. Red button. Is it in? Let's make sure I'm listening to the right thing. Not convinced actually. Maybe it is. Not really hearing it. I don't know why that is. I haven't got it in bypass. Maybe I have. If I turn them off, have I got solo on? What have I done here? Oh, I don't want that one anyway. Okay, I'm not sure why that's not working. Let me just get rid of that and drag that one in. Just load in. Right, there we go. Right, that's probably working. Jeez, that was loud. Right, there's a button here for the volume. Bring that down a bit. So that's very dirty, but anyway. So that's a more simple one with the transient shaper in. Let's hear it without. So it's, yeah, it's more mild, more mild. Let's put the mangler in. If I can find it, there it is. Let's put it in between those. Right, so let's put it. Let's bring that down a bit. Okay, so that's without it. That's with it. Okay, let's pretend that we like that one. Okay, that's that sound done. So we've only got 3 more to do, I think. Right, so that's that. This is a kind of plink sound. So that's going to be more dreamy, I guess. Right, let's have let's say that's a melody. Let's have that lo-fi. Let's see what that does. I don't know what I've done wrong there. Let me just remove that one. Bring that one over again. Come on, just wait for it to load. Right, there we go. So what did we say? Melody. Let's do clean. Oh, actually we said dreamy, didn't we? Right, red button. Now let's make sure it's not super loud. Right. Yeah, so it's got some stupid sound effect on it. So dreamy's not really what I'm going for. So let's try unique. No. Let's try clean. Okay, so I don't really like any of those, so I'm going to do an init Well, the other thing is that there are all these producer presets here as well. So there might be something in there that we want. Sorry, what did we say melodies? Let's try Daybreak. So without it, and with it, wobbling. Yeah, I mean, in context of the track, that might even be all right. Let's take that off. Let's find out. So without the effects, and then with the effects, it's not so bad actually. It's better than I thought it was going to be. So right, let's try the next one. So we've done that one and that one. I don't know if we get. Well, let's put those on the same track for a minute. Right, so this is one of the guitar things. This should be dreamy, I'd have thought. Or it could be clean dreamy. So, is it that one? I'm not sure about that. Oh, it's because the input one is on. Right, okay. Right, let's bring one of these over. Just waiting for it to load. I mean, that's an accident, but I kind of quite like that almost. And we could make it less. It's probably the Mangler or the Destroyer that's doing most of that. Sorry, that's the compressor. That's Mangler. Yeah, see, without that, it's quite kind of nice almost. Anyway. A little bit Destroy, teeny bit, turn the output down, a little bit of that one. Yeah, so that's without it. This is with it. It's kind of like a guitar cab. Right, maybe that's good. And let me just try and get those nearer together. Right, I just want to double check it's not. I'm not 100% sure it's not changing all of them to be the same. No, hang on. That's different, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. No, it's playing ball, right? So I just wanted to double check that. So let's say that that's done, and then let's do this little pulse sound here. Okay, which is where? There. Again, it's got an input. Right, let's bring that a bit nearer. Right, there we go. Right, let's drag that one. Oh, that one's already got a thing on it. Right. That probably won't work. But anyway, let's see. Right, so let's no, it definitely is working. Right, let's have a well, let's pretend it's vocals. Let's have a clean vocal on that one. Let's see what it makes of that. Yeah, so that's quite nice. So this is without it, and this is with it. And what they're doing, the takeaway is they're doing a compressor with the high frequency boosting, with the chorus with the width. And for that kind of pling sound, I think that actually works quite well. So let's have that one in. Pling. And then I think we've got one more sound to go, and then we're done. Which one are we doing? This one here. Right, so the actual melody. Right, okay. So let's which track's that on down here? Right, let's just bring a unison over. Right, so this should be a lead sound. I think aggressive, well, we'll see what aggressive does. I think it'll be too much. So we want melody. Let's try dirty rather than thing. Let's just turn it down a little bit. Just to make sure. It's not bad actually. It's a bit brighter. Maybe we'll go for that. So let's connect to a 6 lead. Right. So without doing any work, basically, all we've done is use the big red button. Let me turn them off again for a minute. So we've gone from this. Let's bring that up there. Right, we've gone from this, and I'll bring them in. You can see me bringing them in. We've gone from this to this. So once more, we've gone from this with all the effects to, and I'm going to take them off one by one. So that's what we started with, and then this is what we've done to it. Okay, and all we've done is basically, selected a style or whatever and click the big red button. Okay, so let me see what you think of that before I apparently lost the screen. It's not showing on screen. Okay, I wonder why. Right, that's there. Let me just get OBS back. Oh, I see. Hang on. Oh, I see. I don't know why that happened. Sorry, yeah, they're right. It should be back now. Sorry, it changed settings for some reason. Anyway, hopefully you still heard it though. So let me just get your comments back. Right, so yeah, sorry, it dropped off of full screen mode for some reason. Anyway, you heard the difference between before and after. So tell me what you think of before and after. Yeah, I agree. It's a big difference, but do we like it? What do we think of the difference? Is that something that we would go for? I guess is what I'm saying. So it is a bit of a more cinematic track. It's not drum and bass or something, which I think obviously it would fit very easily. But does that kind of treatment work on it? Right, so I don't All right, yeah, sorry, I couldn't put the comment. So is it better than usual? Probably not. And I agree with you. That was exactly the conclusion that I came to. Okay, so it's very big and it's very impressive, but the basic problem for me is that if you look at, I know exactly. I was really hoping to be excited by this and to want to swear by it and things, but no. For dance music maybe, but maybe not for this. So the issue that I've got a couple of issues actually. Let's just bring that one over here, just so that I can mess with it. So it's just loading. Come on, load. There we go. Right, let's just do an init. Okay. And let me make sure you can still see that. Yeah, it says you can. And let me just get your comments up. I'm sorry you're seeing your own comments, but I haven't got a dual screen monitor or anything. So, yeah, I was hoping it was going to change our lives. That's very true. Anyway, so the problem that I've got with it, the issue I've got with it is basically, is this, is the effects. Because basically, the effects are generally some kind of distortion. Yeah, the compression's fine, but it's not the best compressor in the world, and it hasn't got many controls. It's got 3. So compression's fine. The res filter is kind of an EQ, but it's not really an EQ. Now the EQ on the master section is very good, but it's so small, it's very hard to move the knobs, to get the setting you want. I mean, you can do it on the sliders as well, but even they're very jumpy because it's so small. It's so small. So it's not a bad EQ, and if it was usable, if you could easily fine tune in, then I'd like it more. The limiter's really good. It's very loud. It's one of the loudest limiters I've seen. But it's not worth buying just for that, probably, unless you're really into loud stuff. Anyway, but sorry, let me continue. So, compression, all right. EQ, kind of. I mean, the shine is kind of an HF, like an air filter. There's filters as well, and you can have, low pass and high pass and band pass and all that on that little side of there. And you can set the cutoff frequency, but that's all you can do. You can't change the poles, you can't change the resonant frequency, etc., etc. Anyway, so compression and EQ, kind of, and then everything else really is either distortion, like the Destroy and the Mangle, and I think there's another one, the Bit Crusher. There we are. They're all kind of distortions, and they really are distortions. They're not really overdrives, so they're not really a pleasant, warm distortion. So they work great on an 808 or something, where you want that warm, distorted, sound, growly kind of sound. But if you want like an electric guitar cabinet, then it doesn't really do it for me anyway. And then other than distortion, the other thing that it does a lot is basically modulation effects, which is basically any delay line. Any delay line can do chorus and flanging and echo and sort of reverse, and tremolo and vibrato also kind of any delay line as well. And as for the reverb, let me just bypass these. What have we got on that track? What track am I on this one? I don't even know if I've got anything on it. Hang on. That track there, right? Let's just put that on it quickly. Right, there we go. So the reverb's all right. Let me get it back again. All right, come on up. Come on up. Come on. There we go. Let's turn some in. Turn some on, rather. Come on. There we go. And you can have little colour knob to make it darker or brighter, and you can have the size. Let's make it smaller. More like a plate. So it's all right. I mean, it's all right as a reverb. But, you know, most DAWs come with stock reverbs in them anyway, so it's not astounding. So it's good, but it's not astounding. And so that's kind of, I mean, AutoPan, that's there. The only harsh thing, again, is some kind of filter thing, I believe. So basically we've got compression, some half-assed EQ, loads of modulation effects, reverb, echo, flanging, tremolo, that sort of stuff. And then a lot of distortion, bit crushing, destroy, and whatever. And vowel, again, is another kind of EQ-y thing. The width is a stereo widener. Again, you can do that with any delay line. Set to under 30 milliseconds, you can do that kind of thing. The wobble effect, again, is a kind of a modulated delay where you're changing the pitch, going in and out of the delay. So that's really my problem with it, is that there are really 4 types of effect. The compression and the EQ aren't particularly huge, or not huge. They don't have a lot of variety, a lot of depth to them. And then the other 2 things is either distortion, which you can probably get better distortions from. In fact, they do their own one called Mutator, I think it is, which is only $60 or something, and that's a proper, you know, saturator, distorter, overdrive, you know, all of those kind of things. But that's all it does for 70 quid. But it's got more, you know, depth to it. But the one I really like is the Arturia one, the name of which I've forgotten. But that's about $100, and that's a really special kind of, you know, distortion and thing. And a lot of people like the Sound Toys Decapitator and so forth. So we're basically saying that there are other, you know, saturators which might be better. And then the delay effects you can pretty much do with any delay. So what's really good about it is the fact that we did all of that in about, you know, 30 minutes, and we didn't really have to think or do anything or set anything. We didn't have to plug them together. If we were stuck for inspiration, we just had to hit the knob and we'd get inspiration. Yeah, we've got all these categories and styles, and then we've got all these producer presets, you know, that we can do as well. But for this kind of music, you know, more cinematic music, which isn't dance, distortion and modulation don't really do what we want to do, I don't think. So that's why I'm kind of disappointed about it in the end. But all's not lost. So the first thing is that, let me see what you think about that before I carry on. Yeah, for live music, again, where you want to make decisions quickly, yeah, I can imagine that would be pretty good. It's like a toy EQ. Yeah, it kind of, well, it's, I mean, a lot of them are filters, they're not really EQs, but the one that is an EQ, the resonant EQ, is not very EQ-y, to be honest. But I mean, then everybody's got channel strips, so maybe they don't need to put EQ in it. But the point is, it's only really got 4 types of effects, so 2 of them aren't that special, and then the other 2, as I say, you know, distortion or saturation and modulation delay kind of effects are kind of, you know, 10 a penny. But let's get back to the point. What it's good for is inspiration, doing things quickly, not having to plug things about. You know, all the effects have got presets. So the one thing I didn't show you was on each effect. Actually, you can still see that. Yeah. On each effect, you've got a randomized button down here, so you can. It will give you, ideas, suggestions, just by clicking that button for each of the effects. And as I say, reordering the effects is super easy. Adding your own effects is super easy. And deleting the effects is super easy. You just click the cross. So that's all the good things about it. And then the thing that I like about it the most, I suppose, is if they want to do warm drums, they think the chain is, or they suggest the chain is destroy, which is a bit of saturation, a bit of compression, a bit of mangling, which is distortion again. The transient shaper to put some bite in it. And sneeze. Excuse me. Space is a kind of HF sizzle air kind of thing. Filter, they're just taking off some excess brightness. And then they've got an auto harsh in there to probably to counteract the effects of the distortion here and here in Destroy and Mangler. But anyway, it's an interesting chain. So there's something to learn from the chain. So when they treat drums, they're saying it's possibly these 7. And if you don't like that idea, you click the button and you would get these 4 now. So again, it's compression and mangling. They've got stereo width in there. They put chorus on it, which is a bit unusual. And then again, they're getting rid of the excess. But if you don't like that one, again, we'd hit the button and we'd get destroy, compress, transient shaper, vibrato width and filter. And then if we wanted an aggressive sound, it would be the noise, which I don't really like. Destroy, a lot of destroy, the transient shape and the width, or if we didn't like that one, it would be the vowel sound, which is something kind of like peaky EQ kind of thing. The compressor, the filter to get rid of stuff, and a bit of width, or if we didn't like that one, it would be compression, filter, and width. So, and it goes on like that. So it's interesting what they do and how they've done it. So that to me is the good points, is that it's quick, it's inspirational. If you want big synthetic sounds, I would probably say, then that's what I think it's good for. Anyway, but all's not lost. All's not lost. So it made me wonder what it is that I want in a sound that I could do in a different way. And so there's let me turn the so I haven't got time to do the all of them in this, but I just wanted to show you quickly. So there's a thing from kilohertz. I always want to call it kilohertz, but it's not. It's kilohertz, Hearts. Let me make sure you can see that. What am I doing? There we go. Yeah, you can. So this grey thing. So it's in columns, and the great thing about this is that you can have effects on everything on this channel and going in, and everything on the channel going out. Okay, and then we'll come to this in a minute. And then it can divide the sound into 5 different bands, 5 different frequency bands. So bass, middle, and treble, and then you've got the ones in between that. So at the moment, I'm only listening to the middle one, and I've set the filters. You can see you can set the filters anywhere you like just by dragging these over, and it tells you the frequencies that you're at here. So, if I want to only do down to the bass of 100 hertz, I can do that. If I only want to go up to the treble of 10k or something, I can do that. And then it's as simple as, in the same kind of way, but we're doing it, I mean, there are presets and you can just drag them in, but basically you just click on the square, and then these are all the effects that they have. And they have 3-band EQ, bit crushing, same thing, chorus, comb filtering, which we don't have in the other thing, compression, delay, straight delay, distortion, probably a nice one, dynamics, which is some kind of compression thing, ensemble, which is some super rich chorus thing, filters, flanges. The formant filters in this the same as it was in this, but we're going to have more control on this, because on this formant filter you've got all the letters in the alphabet, and you can yeah, let me just show you one thing about this. So this is the formant filter, and then you can move it about and get the different sounds of the different valves. But now what you can do is you can put a modulator in here. I can't remember how to turn it on. There it is. So you can have any modulator you like. Let me go here. You can have envelopes, LFOs, curves, random. You can do it from MIDI notes, your aftertouch wheel. You can remap things from stuff. You can have an audio follower, so you could sing into it and make it do the effect, or it could follow the pitch of its own sound. But anyway, let's just pick the LFO. And I've got one already. And again, you can have all the different shapes that you want. And then you basically just click this little plus button. Or maybe I need to click that one. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Maybe I should do a different one. All right. You just click the plus button and then you click on what you want to change. Okay? So, I don't know if I did that properly. Maybe I did. I think I did. And then, actually, let me just add another one, just to make sure I've done it properly. So you just click that, and then you just click on what you want it to do, and then it should do it for us. Oh, sorry, and we have to set the range, sorry. So you just move that knob round, and then you can see where it's going up and down. Maybe I need another one to go left and right or something. But anyway, let me drag that one onto there. If it'll let me. Anyway, you get the plan, and then it should move for us. There it goes. You can see the orange button sometimes. Okay, and then you can do whatever you want to the LFO. You can speed it up. You can change the shape. Let's do something like that. So now you can see it's gonna, doing that, and you can, make it work in different directions and stuff. So it's really easy to automate the parameters. That's what I'm saying. And I think they'll add that on Sound Doctor, but I don't think it's on there at the moment that I'm aware of. Anyway, but you can see the little orange dot is moving about, and yeah, that should be on that one for some reason. Oh, maybe I've got no amount on it. Sorry. Okay, I'm making a muck of that anyway, but you can basically just set the amount of the effect that you want it to do. But you can see it bobbing about, and we can do that for any effect. And it's basically as simple as that, although I'm making it look very hard. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, so it's got all those kind of effects in it, and frequency shifters and all that. So if I just turn on some of the ones that I had before, so we had a look at the formant filter. We'll come back to that. So the bit crasher. Hang on, I meant to solo the. Sorry, I've mucked that. Oh, there we go. So you can do whatever bit crushing you want. You can quantize it. You can do it. You can have the mix that you want in there. So I should put it in there, and you can change the frequency it's working at. Let me just make sure I'm on the right track. Hang on. It's supposed to be somewhere in that one, and here in that one. Oh, there we go. Okay, so obviously we need more time to get it right. We've got a transient shaper, so we can really bring in the attacks or make it slur in. Can make the decay quick or slow. Okay, again, all these knobs you can automate with the automation, and there you've got a proper fuzz box. Okay, I'll just do a couple more. The slice EQ is a proper kind of EQ. Let's bring the got different presets for what it does. You know, it's got a little notchy thing. There's one for the bass end. Okay, it's not a great demo anyway, but it is a proper EQ. We've got a proper filter. Which has got its own resonance. And it goes on. You get the idea. That's some weird effect. I don't actually know what that is, but it does that. And it does convolving. So if you've got any impulse responses from any venues, like halls or cathedrals, you can put those in. Okay, and so on. And then, you can see it does got all, I'll just play the phaser because the phaser's quite nice. So there's the phaser. That's without it. That's with it. It's quite sweet, I think. The phaser, you can do the speed and the ratio and all that. And the last thing I want to show you about that is that at the moment, that's working on, on that range from 100 hertz to 10k or something. I'll just bring that down. Let's say we only wanted it to work on, the bass down here or something. Or only on that little. So let's say that band is doing, whatever effects we want in that band. So now, in this band, so the only thing that's weird, you have to scroll up to the top to add it, is then maybe you want to do the treble, what's left, so what's above this line, and only put the comb filter on it. Let's go down there. And then you can bring in the amount of the middle that you want, or the amount of bass that you want. So maybe that would be up there. Okay, and if we wanted to put like a pitch shifter on that one, and bring it down an octave, do an octave kind of thing, just on the bass only. So there's the original, there's the octave, there's both. So that's only on the bass, and whilst the bass is doing that, the treble is doing this comb filter thing up here, which we can also pan separately, and then we've got the mid-range in the middle there. Anyway, so you can see it's got a load of effects. We can chain them. Not only can we chain them in series, but we can also frequency split them, and so we can only have one effect on the treble and a different effect in the middle and a different effect on the bass, and we can have global effects going in and global effects going out as well if we want. I don't think it does parallel effects easily, or not that I've found anyway. They do another one called snaps, which is a lot easier for parallel. But in terms of what Sound Doctor does, which is a chain of effects, not many of them are in parallel. I think this is pretty close. And there's really good news about this. Do you want to hear the really good news? Do you want to hear the really good news? And I think I can get the. Oh yeah, I can do it in this. Because I think you can see the browser. You're seeing your own comments. Right, where's? Oh, it's over here. You want to hear the you want to hear the really good news. Okay, the really good news. Let me make sure you can see it just before I do the big drum roll. Yeah. The really good news is that all of these effects are free. All of these effects are free. Okay, including the transient shaper, the trance gate, the ring mod, reverse, reverb, the filters, the EQs, the formant filters, the flanges. All of these are free. Okay, the only ones that aren't free are the faturator, which is their special saturation and some other thing that I've forgotten. And you can use these as VST plugins for free. You just download them. But if you want the things that I'm using, which puts them into a chain, I'm using Multipass, and that's $99 one time. There it is, $99, and then you can put that gives you the things that you then do the frequency division and have the global in and the global out effects and all that. And the thing that I liked when I remembered that I had this was that it has all the normal effects. So it has EQ and it has delay, and the reverb in it's pretty good, and the convolve is really good, and in fact the convolve was the other one that you have to pay for. But everything else, the ring mod, the cone filter, compressors, delay, distortions, and the pitch shifter even, I think, they're all free, and you can use them as they are if you want to chain them together in your own DAW. But if you want to frequency band split them and dial up their presets and all that, and have your own chain of presets in this thing, then that bit's $99. But that for $99 compared to Sound Doctor for $240, unless you buy it in the sale, and it's still 180 or something. And then we have all those limitations that we don't have all the knobs, whereas in kilohertz, I think we have way more knobs. So if I put a 3-band EQ in there, I need to get that out of the way a bit somehow. There it is. Yeah, you've actually got knobs for each of the things, and then you can set the frequency points there. And it may even do Q, I don't know. But it's a lot more likely. And again, these all have their own presets. From the factory, so they've got kick drum enhancers and vocal enhancers and all that kind of stuff. Treble boost. So they've got all that already done for you, and as well as that, there are presets of the multis of the whole thing. So if you want to do a dark set of presets, you've got this one here, Galaxy Destruction, and there it is. So they've given you a saturator, a limiter, and a delay already done for you, just like Sound Doctor, really. Okay, that was going to be a bit mad because of the name, but anyway, Galaxy Destruction. But they've got normal kind of presets in there as well, probably. Tribal delays, that's probably going to be mad. Let's see. No, that's not too bad. And then again, you can still alter the amount of of how much effect you want. You've got a mix control on each band, so if you don't want to do whatever it's doing in the middle, you can just take that out. If you want it, you put it back in. Same with the treble, whatever that's doing, and then same with the bass end. And if you don't want something, you just take it out. Okay, and if you want to move the bands that it's working out, you can just drag the sliders like that. Anyway, that's what I thought about that. So what do you think about that? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, and a better sound to begin with. Yeah, I think that's fair, to be honest. I mean, it's not Sound Doctor's fault. I mean, they are basically, a dance music company, mainly. So they do all the modern, trendy dance stuff, EDM and drum and bass and whatever. So naturally, the effects they're going to make are effects that sound good in those genres. Whereas, I think kilohertz is just more of a, default kind of, effects kit. And as I say, all of these, where's it gone? All of these ones are free. It's only if, there you are. All of these ones are free. It's only if you want the special ones, the saturator, and I can't remember what the other one is. I think the convolvers, there we go. The slice EQ and the saturator the disperser, the convolver, and the carb EQ. They're the only ones they charge for. And they're only about 50 quid or something. And quite often they do a sale for 20 for each one. But those are the only 5 that they charge for, other than the multi-pass thing, which puts them all together. Okay. Sorry, face plant assistance. The multi-pass puts them all together with the frequency thing. And I'll just mention the snap heap one. So the snap heap one is much better for parallel effects, because you get a little button at the top here which says whether it's parallel series. But then you don't get, as far as I know, you don't get the frequency splitting. But that one's only $29. And again, it uses all the same plugins that they give you for free on the other end. Anyway, so there we go. So, have you learned anything? Was that useful? Have you learned anything? The sound doctor is good for what it's meant to do, which is dance music, basically. So have you done anything? Is anything useful? Are you inspired to do anything? Are you relieved you don't have to buy sound doctor? And are you excited by the fact that you can have all of those other effects from kilohertz basically for free? And if you want the shell, then it's $99, which is nothing really. So I was really pleased that I remembered that I had that and that existed. But to me, and particularly for this kind of more cinematic thing, where actually what we really want is we want the tones of the of the bass and the tones of the guitar to cut through, and we want a bit of thickening, but we don't really want distortion and mutation and stuff. But if we do, we can still do that in kilohertz, and and its distortions are probably just as good as the Sound Doctor one. Well, it really is late, and I've stopped moving my mouse about 3 minutes ago. So I don't know if my words are out of sync with the pictures, but anyway, but what I'm seeing back is out of sync with what I'm saying. Anyway, I think their own saturator, mutator, or whatever it's called, is pretty good. But they haven't put that in Sound Doctor either, so you've still got to buy that if you want that quality of saturator. And as I say, I think the saturators in kilohertz are probably comparable. And as I say, a lot of people like the Sound Toys decapitator, and as I say, I really like the Arturia distortion, just because it's great. Basically, it's not very explanational, is it? But anyway, Sakura, hang on. Oh, Sound Doctor, you probably mean? Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do straight EDM, it's good because it's quick. But as I say, I think we can get everything we need almost as quickly in kilohertz, because we can save our own presets, and they've got loads of factory presets in there. So I think that's interesting. But anyway, it did something. So as we say, just as a final reminder, and then we'll go, is that it took the track from, make sure I've not got solo on, right, it took the track from this, and then I'll turn them on as we go. That took it from that to this. So, well done, Sound Doctor, but we'll call you. We'll call you. Anyway, right, that's it. I'm going now, unless there's any final questions. I don't know what style Sound Doctor means, but anyway. Yeah. Thank you, Sound Doctor, but we'll call you. Okay, that's it. I'm going to unelegantly finish this because it's never possible to finish this elegantly. And I'll see you next time. Oh, all the comments come up there. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Let me try and quit. Say goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. And good night.